to episode 1130 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. I've got good news for minors and bad news for M&Ms in the cup of coffee in the big time. And then more than that.
Okay, are you trying to trick us? Because I think I need an explanation on, is it minors with the O or an E?
E, yeah. Minors.
C, right.
Miners of precious gems and rocks.
Like
and
in
stuff
Nevada or San Francisco type thing, like mining.
Like the 49ers, right?
The Niners, yeah.
Who actually got good news also over the weekend, but probably bad news because they're facing the Eagles this next weekend. But, you know,
I don't know about
Wes,
that.
your Niners are doing pretty good.
Well, Wes, if I were you, I'd get one of your dogs or all of your dogs some Niners gear, because I got my dog Eagles bandana, and I might show up to your house and shove it in your face.
Is there going to be a Niners versus Eagles live stream?
Oh,
maybe?
I think so.
Ooh, yeah, that might be fun.
Yeah.
I don't have anything going on.
Hey. It is well before we record. It's the early show. It's the early game before.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. We can cook over like an open oil drum to
There you go.
For the San Francisco.
Yeah, for the San Francisco theme.
Both cities. Right.
Yeah, maybe we
actually.
can grease up a pole. I'll try to climb a pole, like Crisco up a pole. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you guys need to do something like in an alleyway, because those are two major alleyway cities.
True.
For sure.
That's
Go
true.
to the ditch or something. Mark's got a Canadian juror, an interesting one, story on deck for us.
Yeah, they take it pretty seriously over there. You'll see.
Oh, don't you know?
Don't you know? Got to do your duty, eh?
Yeah. Civic duty.
Yeah.
Very important. And Wes has an update on the human versus whale war in the hole.
Yeah, big update. Not sure what the whales are going to do about this, but they better come up with something fast.
Oh, we're winning.
You're saying that the humans are putting the pressure on?
Oh, we just a move like no other. I'll tell you all about it, but yeah, you could say
Well, you
that.
know I'm a little upset. Michael Bay is probably a little upset, but we'll talk about it.
It's true.
How to support the show. Sign up, and we're a pod, actually, so technically kind of like whales. Sign up for the Hive Hour and Florida Man Friday bonus podcasts and our Discord server, available at patreon.com/hardfactor. That's how you can support our pod. Maybe join the Golden Elbow tier if you want to just show us some love, or join the next Fatathon if you want to get ready for Fat Boy Summer 023 with us. That's all, patreon.com/hardfactor. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Pods if you want to hear it on Friday's show, store.hardfactor.com for the new comfort tees up to 4XL, all the beautiful designs, and much more. Anything else?
Yeah. We'll also just tell people when you're talking about these fun stories you hear about, and you maybe throw an anecdote in there, and you'd be like, yeah, I heard that from my favorite news podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd really help us out. Yeah. Also, share producer Eric's amazing video clips that he puts on social media. That's a great way to just, hey, look at this story.
Spread the wealth. It's not a secret.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. We're out there. Public internet. You can find us. Anything else, boys?
I'm
Want to just do the news?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
The cream of the crop!
Whoops.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Almost every day. So
there it is.
Making the sausage inside, we have we use StreamYard, and you can click a button, right? To let's think of it as like a radio board or whatever. And the buttons for cream of the crop and coffee are next to each other.
We should really separate
They're
those.
Both icons of the Macho Man. They both start with a C.
Very
Cup of coffee, cream of the crop. So
you know what I'm going to do right
every
now?
episode. Yeah,
you know what I'm going to do right now?
Spread them out. Yeah,
I'm going to just move soft corner right in between them. Actually, high five too. There we go.
Cup
now
of coffee should be on the top.
Separate.
Yeah, there you go.
Now they're two separate.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. It is the cup of coffee in the big time. Trending news at the time of taping. But first, a fun fact from a couple listeners today. First, from E.B. Mara. Guys, did you know that Mars's moon Phobos, it actually looks like a lumpy Idaho potato?
Wow, that does.
Look at that thing.
Really
it's been
does.
hit with
avocado.
Yeah.
Or potato, yeah.
Right, or like a bad avocado almost, because it's so lumpy.
And then it's
brown.
Yeah, see that fucking dent in the front of it? Look at
that
look
thing's
at it.
been hit by meteors and shit, dude.
It's insane. It's crazy how lumpy this thing is. And then look at the crown of it. That's the big crater on the front.
That thing's been hit.
Yeah, what hit that thing?
Meteors and shit.
It looks like it's been fucked.
Yeah, like another planet fucked it. It does.
It's pretty crazy.
That's seen some shit, man.
Yeah. And it's tiny too, so it's a spinner.
That's
both
Mars's moon?
Mars's moon, biggest moon, surprisingly. Both Mars and Phobos much smaller than Earth and our moon, respectively. Phobos only has a 7-mile radius, and it's Mars's larger moon.
And it's been getting dented up with its little ass.
Yeah,
it can't get out of the way of
smacked
shit.
around. It's tiny size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
maybe we
shocked
should
I haven't heard like a nerd's dog named Phobos yet. This is the first time I'm hearing about Phobos.
like a lumpy, like a dog that's
yeah.
lumpy.
Yeah. His name is Phobos.
It's because he's got a tumor.
Yeah. Named him after the Mars's moon.
Get over here, Phobos. Show me your lumps.
That's
I mean,
a great idea, Wes.
Maybe we shouldn't go to Mars if their little tiny ass moon can't avoid shit
No,
getting hit.
Mark, this is the reason I brought this fun fact today is because it's all the more reason to go after Buzz's waxing moon dust before messing around and going all that 47 million miles over to Mars and Phobos. So
Yeah.
it's a great point because you might get the dick chemicals on the moon much closer.
Yeah, we added a business plan, Wes, because Buzz Aldrin looks like he's like 65 and married a hottie, and he keeps getting erections. So I'm assuming it's from the moon dust he stole when he went to the moon.
Some type of exposure.
It makes you get erections probably until you're 120. So
We figured we could mine that.
yeah,
I mean, I'll do anything, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It'll
we're all
work.
about finding
Erection
treasure.
dust, I'm in.
erection moon dust is gonna sell. You know?
I think so too. Yeah, we're all
You
about
can-
finding treasure.
You can snort it.
Right.
I'd say moon dust that gets you hard is the best treasure of all. Bonus dog fun fact from Stella. Chris Hansen, guys, is back, and he wants you to take a seat. Take a listen.
So this is the new Chris Hansen joint. And this guy, he like drives a dump truck. And so he shows up to meet this 15-year-old girl, he thinks, in a dump truck. And then this is how Chris greets him.
What kind of a load are you planning on dumping tonight?
Oh, Hansen.
You know, when I started doing these investigations 17 years ago, I honestly thought we'd do 2 or 3 and that would be it. But 17 years later, Kevin, I'm standing at the counter talking to you. Kevin! What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, Chris.
Oh man, the first name is.
I fucking love To Catch a Predator so much. I know we all
That's
do.
the best. It's the best.
When is this airing?
I think it's back because the dude was watching it on YouTube, so I didn't really
Dude,
like
we
look
need
into
it right now.
I know what I'm doing
We,
tonight.
yeah, we need
Yeah.
we need To Catch a Predator back so bad and to get these scumbags off the street, make fun of them. We need it.
Yeah. 2023 major like revival year vibes. Like
Get 'em
we haven't
back.
released used to
that?
love coming back. Yeah.
Do we ever
Our-
release the video
our
we
Predator?
did with PFT?
We should.
We should.
We'll
Of
put it in the
he's-
Discord.
Look
We'll
at
put
his
it-
arm.
We'll put it at the top tier of the Discord, so little cheap way to get you to join the top tier. If you want to see an old sketch with PFT, it'll be in there.
Old comedy sketch. We did To Catch a Predator, but it was actually Predator.
Yeah.
So the only way, and it's hilarious.
is.
Wes is the main cop. It's got an
Picked my
amazing
head.
monologue. Yeah. If, you got it. Patreon.com.
I'm in super good shape in that video.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all in a lot better shape.
I am jacked up in that video.
And throwing it back, guys. Now that we're into the news here, throwing it back to the mining stuff that's hopefully beneficial for our dicks one day. Check out what miners in the Democratic Republic of Congo recently found, and it's electrically charged rocks.
This is awesome.
From what,
So it's Wakanda stuff. It's uranium.
well, people are saying vibranium, but no,
Vibranium.
it's a rock called coltan, which is like a known rock that's mined in the Congo. But somehow they've discovered allegedly a charged version of coltan. See it,
That's
see it
awesome.
charging a
Yeah,
light.
That's awesome.
Tosha,
Yeah.
Well,
here,
that's valuable.
It's making a light go off with just one rock there.
here.
Pretty nuts.
Kati majunya
So
Why are they
this
showing
coltan.
us? They're just going to get taken over.
Oh
Right.
no, because they're like, hey, come get it, buddy.
This is the end of
Electric
their lives.
vehicle people.
Yeah.
Well, right, a warlord will
A
take.
warlord's rolling in town. That's what I'm
You
saying.
think,
Like,
you think white people will like this?
this is like their version of being like, all right, I'll be at my crib in 10 minutes. Roll up, and then guess what?
Right,
Yeah.
to the local warlord. But then that local warlord is going to flip that coltan electrically charged to every EV maker, and then they're going to make a ton of money. Here's another video of it where it's actually causing sparks. They're putting two of these electrically
Cool.
charged rocks together. Pretty fucking nuts.
Whoa. This is just from a rock?
Yeah, it looks like two car batteries, or like the
Dude.
clickers, on the
How
car
did they
batteries.
find this thing?
And it's It's in the Congan mines, or whatever you say, Congo.
Man, there's all sorts of cool shit that we don't know about on Earth and in the oceans and shit. We don't
that's
even need
some
to
alien
we don't
shit.
even need to go to the moon.
Pretty sweet, right? I just don't understand how the rocks can be naturally electrically charged, but that's what they're claiming.
Is there any chance it's fake? Yeah. I mean,
No.
Yeah, I think there's a huge chance it's fake, Mark. Mark, I think there's a gigantic chance it's fake.
Yeah.
But it was
I don't
a
think
cool
they tell
video.
us. I don't think they tell us in the videos if it was real. They try to keep that a secret, right?
Right. We just talk about cool trending news on this show, Mark.
Yeah.
I didn't like. I mean,
80% accurate.
I did a little quick cursory search and found out that it was just a normal style of rock.
I mean,
they
that would
claim
be-
is electrically charged.
That
But
would be a big deal, right?
That's
If
the
this is
extent.
true.
yeah, I think it's probably a big deal. Mines are going off this year, and you'll hear why in a second. I mean, Sweden also found that huge rare earth mine we covered recently. Nevada, hard A, is also trying to open a lithium mine at the largest known lithium deposit in North America on the Rhyolite Ridge. And then the Congo is mining these naturally electrified rocks somehow. So
You could
pretty
be
big for miners.
you could just be a king of like any village you wanted if you just had two of those rocks and you just walk around putting them together, just
Scaring
walking into
people?
the village,
Just
being like,
scaring people?
guess who's
Yeah.
in charge now? I
You
am.
were the first
They
guy to
think
Give me
you're
your wife.
They think
Give me
you're
your
a
wife.
sorcerer. Yeah.
Give me your daughter. I'm in charge
I think before
yeah.
guns, Wes,
For
you're
magic
right.
rocks.
Before guns, you're right. After
They
guns,
do have machine guns.
they'll
yeah.
just shoot you and then take the
now.
rocks.
There's
for
some
themselves.
villages that you could easily walk in and be king with these things.
For sure, where they don't have the
very
guns.
remote villages.
Right, when they're,
Yeah,
when
but that's
they're,
what
they're
you want.
weaponless.
Right.
Yeah.
The more,
And
the
then
more
What-
remote,
ones-
the better.
ones that prophesize of the magic rocks. Probably.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
we
yeah.
knew the rocks were coming. But
What took you
finally,
so
they're
long?
here.
Yeah. Right.
The man with the rocks. Nuclear fusion is getting closer all the time. Gas pipelines getting canceled or bombed all over the place. Pretty exciting time in the energy sector right now. Right. And that's good news because at the same time as all that, the electrified rocks and whatnot, the mines, the USA hit our debt ceiling last Thursday. You guys
Yeah.
hear about this?
Yeah. What does that mean? I
Debt
thought-
ceiling. Okay. Yeah, it's confusing, Mark. So let me quick explainer on the debt ceiling. Our
Is
government.
China going to call in the money now or something?
No, it's
Oh, right.
it's so much stupider than it even sounds on the
Yeah.
surface. So our government is supposed to be responsible with our tax money. That's their revenue, and they're not supposed to go into extreme debt in general with all that. But since that's a fantasy, just like with your personal budget, think about your personal budget. Sometimes you need a credit card, whatever. Starting in
Yeah.
World War I, yeah, I mean we all can relate to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes to pay the government.
Look,
our
we would
taxes.
have hit the debt ceiling a long time ago if I was in charge of things.
Right. Well, it
Charge the
turns out
treasury.
all humans are the same, Mark, and
Yeah.
we all hit the debt ceiling. So starting in World War I, when we really wanted to go into debt to support the war effort at that war, the debt limit or ceiling was created, and it's needed to be voted on to be raised by Congress every time we've hit it ever
Oh,
since.
you can
then.
just vote to raise it.
Right. So it was like a couple billion at first, and
Right.
now it's really high. So now we have to get congressional approval to do it again for like the 1,000th time or whatever. And this time, not only are we in debt, we're $31.5 trillion in debt to the Federal Reserve, U.S. investors, U.S. taxpayers, and foreign investors like Japan and China and others. And you can go to usdebtclock.org for the exact amount at any time. It's always growing.
Yeah, that's a fun website. Yeah.
Very fun. It's like the doomsday clock. Anyways, the bad part is that
It's
31
like Phobos just getting fucking dented and fucked up. Like the
Oh
moon.
yeah,
yeah.
the national debt is
Yeah.
a lot like Phobos, except
Yeah.
huge. So the bad part is that 31.5 trillion is 121.5% of our annual GDP in debt. It's the most debt we've ever been in since World War II, and we're not even fighting any wars right now, allegedly. Right? So the royal we,
The war
if
on
the
common
royal we-
sense.
right? We like to spend money, So if the
If I were
royal
them-
we,
If I were them, I would immediately, just charge something to PayPal and then send it to themselves. That's what I do.
they kind of do
when I'm
that.
in-
They
when
have
I'm
a
in
lot
debt.
of schemes. They have a lot of schemes.
Wait,
There was
what?
QE.
Run that one
which
by.
is
Why,
kinda
why
like
haven't you
that.
told me about this scheme?
There's a lot of schemes,
PayPal?
Wes. And they've
Yeah.
been running them. That's the problem.
Tell me about this
It's
scheme.
not a scheme. It's a put yourself in further debt, but it's in a pinch scheme where you just
Right,
you
that's what we
pretend,
did in-
You pretend to buy something from yourself using your
Wes,
own credit card.
what's
and then
funny-
you send your money from PayPal to yourself.
You're describing quantitative easing. And that's what the Fed has been doing
What?
since 2008 to get out of the last recession. Yeah. It's
You
funny.
do
Wes is
Square,
actually
PayPal.
Wes is just like the Fed. Yeah. So anyways, but that helps you get into more debt, unfortunately. Now
it
we're in
does.
the
It
most
really
debt
sucks.
we've been since World War II. Wes is hilarious. He's doing the exact same
You're
policy.
taking out a
with the federal
loan against
government.
yourself?
Yeah,
That's exactly
Like,
what I've
pays it
done,
to
Mark.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah. You're loaning yourself?
Yep. Yeah,
That's exactly what
how-
I've done.
That's what they do at the central banks too.
It's cheaper than getting a money advance. See, if you get a cash advance, it's 29%. If you just do a purchase, it's 19%.
Ah, see, as a Lime guy, I'm into this scheme now.
Yeah, I know. I heard you're a Lime
I
guy
have a
now.
feeling that Lime guys are the reason we're
I'm in.
31.5
Huge Lime guy
in
scheme
the
right
hole.
here.
Yeah.
That's why my ears perked up.
So, guys, imagine this: if the royal we Americans made $100,000 a year, we Americans are currently $121.5 grand in credit card debt. Now, credit card alone, because this doesn't even include all of our social services. Except those figures are 26 trillion and 31 trillion
Sure.
respectively.
I get it
our
now. That's a good
salary
way
and
of putting
credit
it.
card debt level.
That's a great
Right.
way of putting it. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, the Federal Reserve Central Bank has been happily willing to lend our government, us and our government, into debt until now, like all banks are, when the interest rates now are rising and they're planning to stay high for the foreseeable, and we're proving pretty incapable of paying off any of it with our struggling GDP since COVID hit, right? So the bank, like, it gives you money, and then you start to struggle, and they're like, maybe not. We're going to pull the strings, and that's what's happening right now.
I'm getting a lot of phone calls from that $1,500 SBA loan I took out.
You're damn right you are. So basically, we're a little fucked financially, and that's why they're calling Mark. They're up his tree like a motherfucker.
My voicemail's at 100% because these bastards.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop. The Fed's chairman Jerome Powell won't mint the $1 trillion coin to raise the limit like Treasury Secretary Yellen wants, and the House Republicans won't delete the debt limit entirely like the White House and congressional Democrats want. So the American government may actually be forced to pump the brakes on spending for one of the few times since I've been alive if they don't want to run out of money by
No
this
more
summer.
roads, no more stuff like that. No cool.
Well, the
no new
existing
stuff.
services, start to go away once they can't afford them on the emergency
Museums,
funds, which is like
sorry,
June-ish.
Smithsonian, yeah.
Yeah.
That art, the theater that they were given hundreds of millions
Kennedy
of dollars to.
Center.
Right, JFK Center will have to go down for a little bit.
What's it called? So isn't it kind of like hypocritical of them to ask us to pay our taxes when they don't?
100% because they owe us some of the money. Like they're indebted to us a little bit. Yeah.
Like, doesn't make you feel good about paying taxes when
No,
this
it really doesn't. It really that's why people want to delete the limit so that people don't talk about it, because this is an unsavory subject for the government in general.
Yeah.
But it means that precious metals like gold, silver, and electrified rocks will have a good year, while the nerds continuously debate the value of our dollar that's based on potentially unlimited debt. Also should be a good year for crypto if your exchange didn't steal all your money like mine did and go.
Yeah, I
been
saw
going up.
Bitcoin's been going up.
Yeah, it's rallied because trouble in fiat means good for everything else. And hey, that may be bad news about the debt ceiling, but hey, at least we didn't lose all our tax money to our pet fish accidentally, right? Our pet fish didn't order 8 trillion copies of a $4 Pokemon item on Nintendo Switch while we were away, right?
How the hell would a fish a fish? How would the fish do that?
Mark. That's a good question. That would be really bad, and it literally happened to a Japanese gamer
Sounds
named
like a lie.
and I got the video. Mutekimaru. Okay, he put a camera on his fish tank so that it could beat Pokemon Sapphire for him, all by itself, just by continually randomly clicking buttons. But
He kept him busy. Oh, okay.
but he was gone, Mark. And when the game crashed, the fish started just buying shit on the Nintendo store using his saved credit card. I'm going to show you the live stream right now on silent, of course, because Nintendo. Oh shit, let me silence this. Nintendo's got C&D all over their sounds. So you see the fish. He's just floating in the tank, clicking up, down, A, B, up, down, A, B.
How is he clicking shit? I don't get it.
Because it's a program. Like it sees him go over the thing and it registers the A,
He
B.
created a program to eliminate himself.
The game crashed, and now it opens the Nintendo eShop.
No.
And the
He's
fish
typing
starts
shit in?
picking out shit on the eShop.
Oh,
And then eventually this fish makes a purchase. You'll see. You see him going around?
Yeah, I do see him going around, and
Boom.
I'm familiar with their shop.
Yeah.
Familiar with the Nintendo Switch eShop.
And here it goes.
What are you buying on the eShop of Nintendo?
Games.
Witcher 3, homie.
Oh,
I'm
I thought you were
smashing
buying like
Witcher 3.
like you're buying swords or something.
No. It's Nintendo, dude.
I know you can buy
Limited
like
edition swords.
weapons and shit.
Jesus, you think real highly of me, huh?
When you told me you're buying stuff on Nintendo, it went way down.
Video games. It's Nintendo.
I didn't know. I've never been on this.
Anyways,
show.
guys.
Not much less nerdy, but I've been playing
listen,
Witcher
I'm not
3.
doing-
FIFA.
At
At least Mark's making his own purchases on the
right.
Nintendo store. It could be worse than the 31.5 trillion of debt. We could have had it all been done by a fish accidentally. So
That sucks. I mean,
puts it in perspective.
how much are they going to pay him back? Because it's kind of on him. He created a program, and he put the card in. Like, how can they? I don't think they could. They have a case to not refund him, right?
They did, Mark, but funny enough, that pet fish only lost $4 on that Nintendo transaction that they happily returned since they agreed it's technically fraudulent, I guess. But so is his beating of Pokemon Sapphire. So
That's true.
you have to
So
take it
for-
both ways there.
He for $4, he just was like, I'll just make fun of myself for being a psycho and trying to beat
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the
pretty
first
cool.
guy to get defrauded by his fish. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It shows that he's like smart and also not smart because he created the program, but then he got hacked by a fish. Like, yeah.
You could have just
Little
told
bit-
people about the program and gotten a lot more money. Just like, hey, check out this program I created.
Yeah,
with my fish.
just
I think it's just an
just-
advertisement. I think
Yeah, it is.
It's
Just
it's
delete
just an
the fish.
advertisement for the fish tank thing.
Just delete the buying part. Yeah.
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 It's like, hey,
Just show him beating the game.
right.
Well, and they know that they can get their money back if they do it to Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, wonder if Nintendo's going to get a bunch of claims now. Like my fish bought it. Anyways, at least so at least our government just made bad decisions and didn't lose it all to a pet fish. The 30.
That's like the worst version of my dog ate my homework I've ever heard of. My fish bought it. It's just not believable.
He had the video evidence. I didn't believe it when I saw the headline. Then saw the video. It's incredible. And at least our government didn't show us its dick. Well, maybe it did to some of you, but not to all of us. Like Tim Allen allegedly did to Pam Anderson backstage at Home Improvement in 1991 on her first day of filming on the set.
Pretty sure we can take the allegedly
First day?
out of it. Pretty sure
day,
it's not
Wes.
allegedly. Yes.
Pam said that Tim was in the hallway in his robe, and then he just flashed it as soon as he saw her, and was
And then
like,
he went.
he said what she claims is that he said, "Now we're even because I've already seen you naked," which is a classic '90s line, probably. From
That's
a
the
dick
most
flasher.
predatory line I've ever heard.
right?
So what's going on? Is Tim getting in trouble? I mean,
He
he's
denies
like a
it.
billionaire. He doesn't give a fuck about this. does
Tim
he?
Allen denies it, but internet sleuths claim he's a big time dick flasher in private. Which, I mean, you don't have to go too far down a tree, down the branch to believe that one. I mean, Tim
Listen,
Allen likes to party.
When I was on my first day of this show, it was a home improvement show, and there's this really hot chick. Her name is Sabrina Soto. She's got a line in Target now. She's like a real famous designer. She had a bunch
Yeah, I
of
think I've heard her name.
Yeah. My first day of that show, she jokingly pushes me into the bathroom and just accosts me in a sexual way. Didn't touch me or anything, but just to intimidate me, and I thought it was awesome. And now
Who's the alpha on set? Yeah.
right, yeah, who's the alpha on
Well,
set?
on camera, people are often like that, Wes. That
Yeah.
I
the sets, TV sets are filthy fucking places.
right. I ran into the same thing on a car racing show I did,
Yeah.
where the guy, the on camera guy, alphaed me before I came out and did his
Right.
sound for little clips or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, it was could I, I mean, if the roles were reversed and I was a female and male hosted
Right.
that, whoa, he's in trouble.
Look, listen. I mean, the guy who got busted for dealing pounds and pounds of cocaine and then rolled on his buddies, and then his slogan was, obviously this. I think we could take allegedly out of this. I'm gonna go ahead and say he pulled it out. And probably was like, it's cold tool time. Have you seen my hammer?
Yeah.
Have you seen my wrench?
Hey, Wilson, have you ever been caught? Is that his neighbor?
Yeah,
Wilson.
You ever been caught in a situation where you actually flashed your dick at somebody on their
First day
and
is something though.
You
First
feel
day.
bad afterwards.
I thought it was at
Man,
least
she's hot.
5
Couldn't
years
even
in.
hold. He couldn't even wait, dude. He couldn't even wait.
Which brings us to more nostalgia in
The cream of the crop!
Got it that time. Okay, Jeff Bezos may sell the Washington Post to buy the Commanders. and the Murdaugh trial has begun in South Carolina. Those are both, I think, pretty great things.
Those are good.
But we're going to take it to the internet for the real cream of the crop today. And fellas, I don't know if you've heard about any of this kerfuffle with M&Ms, but I'm going to explain it all to you right now. At M&Ms tweeted at 5:45 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, January 23rd, 2023. They said, "A message from M&Ms. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved Spokescandies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet, but now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&Ms wanted since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause from the Spokescandies. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph. We are confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels they belong."
Wow, what an impossible situation for her to replace these. spokespeople. What the hell was she thinking accepting this gig? What's wrong with the fucking candies?
Well, Mark, they're controversial. They're very controversial, Mark.
It's like
And
replacing Santa Claus.
technically, just like Google, Spotify, Ford, and others, this is more bad layoff news for the Spokescandies. And we're going to take it back to the internet for the rest of this story. And we'll talk about the origination of where this came from. Marcus the Gray tweets, "Tucker Carlson got the fucking M&Ms fired, and I will never forgive him." So I don't know if you guys remember,
What?
but Tucker covered the M&Ms every single time there was any change. And then this guy at Dino,
because they made like one of them like a little bit transy or
Right,
something,
right,
or
right.
like
So-
gay or yeah.
So at
They
Dino,
updated,
little bit.
Dino Rico RT replies to that
I
tweet. And he
forgot.
goes, "This man was covering M&M's news like he was a Twitter Stan account." And it's true. Like they have all these different instances. It's
Right,
like the green one gets de-sexified, and
Right.
which Tucker was like, "No, the green one's hot. I want her to stay sexy." And then he got
Come
mad
on,
when
haven't you ever jerked off to the green one?
then he got mad when the green and brown were holding hands because they might be lesbians,
Right.
And then
I
other
forgot.
gender inclusive stuff, right? So basically, Tucker Carlson essentially bullied M&Ms into retiring the Spokescandies by mocking their attempts at inclusivity and getting tons of views on those bits. So he did kill it.
Look,
So
I
now
think
we
they-
just get
I
Maya
think-
Rudolph.
I mean, they obviously went a little overboard to be super inclusive, which is fine being inclusive, but they got a little too cute with it, a little too fast, right? They changed everyone instead of like one person, so that I understand there's a reaction to that, and obviously Tucker Carlson is going to run with that. But if I'm first of all, if I'm Maya Rudolph, I'm not taking this job.
No.
Like this is stupid. This is stupid.
Weird decision
All
from
around.
her.
Yeah.
Right. Weird decision from her. The only person that looks like that comes out smelling like roses is actually Tucker, because he got his way. He made fun of
Yeah, he
them to
won.
the point where they just gave up. And like they were like, so they gave up on their own thing and we're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna retire our awesome Spokescandies.
Haven't
and
you ever
go-
want to fuck the green one?
Yeah, that killed them. Yeah. He put them under the Earth's
Yeah.
crust with that angle. So, but we're going to take it back to the internet one last time. Friend of the show, Michael Greer, tweets, and he quote tweeted the original M&M announcement about simplifying the genders and the sexiness of the Spokescandies. And this was Greer's take on it. He says, "I usually just melt them all down into a bowl and then fuck them no matter the gender or whatever."
That's right. That's
So,
right. You are
right.
eating them, so
Yeah. Never
at the end of the
once-
day, it's just they're all just the same tasting candy,
Right.
regardless of the color.
They even taste the same. I could see if
yeah.
Skittles did this.
They taste
where, like,
completely the same.
Yeah, but like M&Ms, it tastes.
Boy,
like
this
the same.
trans one tastes the same.
Right.
Right. They're all the same. Unless they have nuts in them.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
Right. And they
But then they all taste the same. But then they all taste the same as nuts.
Exactly.
Doesn't make any sense.
No,
Why did they cave? Well, they could have just kept doing as many inclusive Spokescandies as they wanted.
Look,
and-
again, well, yeah, they should have eased into it. Again, I'm all for inclusivity. I don't have a single problem with whatever they want to make all these.
Sure,
candies.
but regardless of your
but I
opinion on
understand.
that-
I also understand if they change all of them, it's going to cause reaction. This is like if all three Rice Krispie guys just started fucking each other
right.
overnight.
They got bullied into
Yeah,
it
like
by
Snap,
somebody.
Crackle, and Pop all went down. Went to a human centipede overnight. Like you got to
Totally
ease into it. How about
totally
just
unnecessary.
How about just Snap goes by and Crackle and Pop, stay the same or whatever.
Anyways, weird move. Maya Rudolph is funny. Hopefully she does a good job. But you can't, as Mark says, you can't replace
Bad gig to take.
you can't replace an animated M&M. No human can live up to an animated M&M.
She's like bubbly, but she ain't that bubbly. She's not M&M candy bubbly. Those were some of the best commercials of all time when those
She
guys
can't faint on cue.
Great.
You know?
No,
I am a ghost. They do exist. They do exist. Like she can't do that.
It's tough. So anyways, the M&Ms, I don't know why they made all these unforced errors, but they certainly did. And that's
because M&Ms suck. That's why. Because M&Ms are just
Easy.
a terrible candy.
Easy.
Well, when was the last time you bought a pack of
peanut
ordinary
M&Ms?
M&Ms?
Not
Peanut
ordinary.
M&Ms are okay
Not
too,
ordinary.
but I've never ever
Peanut
bought
butter, peanut-
a pack of M&Ms in the last 15
Well, that's
years.
because I'm not
it's
3
been
years old.
more than that. It's been more recent than that. Do you ever have trail mix, Wes? That's got M&Ms in it. Delicious.
Rarely, but yeah, I mean, I like it in the trail mix.
I do like the M&Ms in the trail mix.
Yeah, I like them in the trail mix.
That's probably the best part of the trail mix is the M&Ms.
Never gonna.
Yeah,
buy
I mean,
it.
I just pick them out. So good.
You know what makes the trail mix is the M&Ms.
It is chocolate.
Yeah, they're good. Don't knock M&Ms.
I'm not
They're
buying them.
So
They're already down, Wes. Don't kick them while they're down.
Yeah,
They
come
just got defeated by their arch nemesis, and then
you're treating them like a Mounds bar or something.
Yeah.
They're M&Ms for Christ's sake. They're good.
titans of industry.
Yeah.
So that's today's coffee, which was brought to you by a delicious food that you can still buy right now. Factor Meal Delivery Service. That's right. Factor is here to help you achieve each and every one of your New Year goals. Save time. Get Factor and not only skip the trip to the grocery store, but skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, and you'll save money compared to that insane food delivery bill as well. No matter what your lifestyle, Factor has the meals to help you live it to the fullest with keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and protein plus meals on the menu each week, prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians. Each meal has all of the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long. With 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try. Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 36 plus quick bites, smoothies, juices, and more satisfying add-ons. Really, the entire menu is delicious. I've never had anything I didn't like from Factor. It's so good. Looking to cut back on takeout? Get Factor instead. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready quicker than restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes. Eating vegan or veggie is a snap with Factor because each meal is prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians. You know that your Factor meal has all the ingredients you want and nothing that you don't. And if you're looking to mix it up, you can add the protein plus, select vegan veggie meals each week. It's so customizable. Get Factor and enjoy clean eating without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. There's really no easier way to eat well. It helped me lose weight during the last Fat-a-thon. I'm going to fire it up again for this next one. Achieve and maintain your goals with Factor this year. Get America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit and start saving time, eating well, and living your best year ever. Head to factormeals.com/hardfactor60 and use code hardfactor60 to get 60% off your first box. That's code hardfactor60 at factormeals.com/hardfactor60 to get 60% off your first box.
Load that box up and then hit repeat. All right. And then there were four NFL teams left. 2 conference championship games.
Oh, yeah.
You got what? My Philadelphia Eagles versus Wes's 49ers. Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. You have a rematch of the AFC Championship game. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the Chiefs in overtime last year, and they beat them 3 times in a row. But it should be one of those games should be good. I'm leaning on the AFC because the Eagles are going to smash. Only a few more shots to win big on the playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 57, new customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. So you can just put it all on the Eagles. Get some money back. Not a new customer. You can feel the conference championship thrills with stepped up same game parlays. You can bet on the over and under plus the point spread plus a over under on a prop bet like of a running back, quarterback, over under yards. It's awesome. We played around with it. The same game parlays are fun. Take your shot at an even bigger NFL payout and boost your winnings with each leg you add up to 100%. So yeah, again, Eagles, right? I'm going to go Eagles. And I would have said Chiefs, but I don't think that high ankle sprain, he's going to be 100%. I think the Bengals might get. So I'm going to go Bengals and Eagles. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HARDFACTOR. New customers can bet $5 in the conference championships and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code HARDFACTOR. There's a minimum age and eligibility restrictions. There's also, if you check the show notes, there's some details in there. All right.
Yes. Hey, Wes, we know you got the Niners in the NFC, but who you got in the AFC?
Oh, the Bengals.
Yeah. I mean, but to see now that I was early Bengals, and now I'm thinking like the Chiefs are going to have that big chip on their shoulder. So now I'm thinking it's
Well, look, I think that Mahomes 100%. I'm taking the Chiefs. I know that the Bengals beat them 3 in a row. A lot of those games are close. I think the Chiefs healthier better, but he might not even fucking play, man.
Yeah, Joey B's also
Mahomes
just
might
so
not
good in
even
the
play.
playoffs.
Yeah.
And you know he's going to deliver.
A lot of Mahomes is escaping. He's not a good scrambler, but he's great in the
Oh
pocket.
no, when his
He's
ankle
great in the pocket.
when his ankle's fucked up, he's not nearly as good.
No, you saw it. You saw it in that game. He's not going to be 100%. He is a phenomenal quarterback. He's very creative, but the Bengals are good.
I think this is the first beginning year of Joey Burrow's legacy. I think the
think he wins the
Bengals
Super
take it
Bowl?
all the
Ooh,
way.
You think he's going to get the
I think it's the beginning of Jalen Hurts' legacy. Have any of you guys been summoned for jury duty before?
Yes.
Summoned, never been.
Same.
Did you guys show up?
No.
No.
No, I use an excuse. I was using it it's like you can say you have a young child or something like that. There's a million different excuses you can use to get out of it.
I did the same thing. I did the didn't reply to it ever. Never replied. And then eventually they were like, "Hey, you have to reply and fill out this form online." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I filled it out." But I was like kind of like purposely like, I really don't want to do this. I really don't think I would be a great juror.
Boy,
And then
I feel a
never
lot
had
better
it.
about my answer now that you guys went too. Because there was a time about 10 years ago where I may or may not have been moving within a few days and may or may not have gotten what could have been a juror summons, and you can never tell if you don't open it, which I may or may not have done, and then may or may not have just thrown it in the trash and been like, "I'm moving in 2 days. Good luck finding me." I don't know. It could have been. That could have happened. I could be making this up for the point of the show. It could have happened in a dream. I don't know what happened 10 days ago, let alone 10 years ago.
It's not like a
Right.
bill. It's not like a fucking
Never got anything
warrant
else in the
or
mail.
anything.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
No,
also like I
you pay
think
a
they just
fine.
I
They just
think they
make you
just
go
put you
back.
on the list I was on because I eventually did reply. Like I tried not to, but
They
I
couldn't
eventually
find me at the
did.
new address if this happened to someone like me.
And then once I replied, they just were like, "You know what? Why don't you not bother?"
Oh, so
and
it
then
was
so
a
I think they
different-
just put you on that list. If
It
you
was a
don't reply.
different time, back then it was like my first like really high pressure professional job, and I just gotten like maybe not to someone. This happened to someone I know, and they didn't want to tell their boss, I'm going to jury duty right after getting a promotion. These days, if it happened to someone like me or my friend in that story, I bet they'd go to jury duty. I bet they'd do it today.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Great. That person,
Bet they
whoever
do their
they are,
civic
is, I'm
duty
sure,
now.
is such a good citizen.
Bet they've matured. So yeah, it's not a big deal. It doesn't sound like in the U.S. if it's 3 for 3 on hosts here, not going, but it is a big deal in Canada apparently, where 99-year-old Quebec woman Marian Lenko failed to appear to her juror summons, and then multiple letters were sent to her late last year, and now she's received a letter saying if she does not appear by January 31st, in less than 10 days, legal actions will be taken against her.
We'll euthanize you.
Yeah, here is 99-year-old. Here is 99-year-old Marian Lenko. She requires 24-hour care from multiple nurses and is bedridden for the rest of her life. So kind of hard for her to get to court.
Canada's losing their mind.
She's the opposite of moving. She's never moving again.
Right.
So why? Like, okay, I think that governments, this is what they do. They get people who are available to go to jury duty, like who don't have a hard time making it there, and then they torture those people. And this lady is in the crosshairs, unluckily, at the age of 99, which is a travesty. What the fuck is Canada thinking? Like,
It's insane. Well, usually you check to see probably the age of the person you sent it to.
Right.
And that's a pretty easy check. Because the first letter they sent to her senior's residence, so there's a big clue. They're sending a letter to a very old person home. Like maybe that's your first clue right off the bat. But they didn't do any due diligence, so she didn't respond to that first letter. I guess she wasn't at the senior's residence or whatever. I think she'd moved to her home with 24-hour care. She had luckily enough money where she could go, die in her home. She's still alive, but she has nurses. So they sent a second letter to Marion's home in Baconsfield, Quebec, a suburb of Montreal. And at this point, Marion did get the mail, or nurse got it or whatever, and read it to her. And they're like, oh, it looks like you have a second summons. You better answer it because this is fucking Canada. And we take it very seriously here. So she emailed her son to try to get an exemption. The exemption being I'm 99 and bedridden, which is a pretty good exemption. I can't eat solid food, so I can't, probably go. The only problem is her son lives in Florida, so at some point he made the decision to move from Montreal to Canada to Florida, and that was pretty much a declaration to anyone in his prior life, including his mother, to fuck off because he was going to get drunk at the beach 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. So that email went to the abyss and was never answered, right? Emailed her son in Florida, not going to answer that.
Why do they want her so bad? She's 99.
Yeah, I know.
Why the government obviously is just they're fishing to suit to find somebody. And so they're just going through all the fucking standardized steps of how do we get to be able to find somebody in the end. But she's 99. Stop it.
It's pretty ridiculous. Then they wasted some more mail money and sent a third letter, I guess, or whatever. It came from the Quebec court saying, okay, bitch, now we're going to fuck you up if you don't appear by January 31st. This is your final warning. 3 strikes and you're out. And that letter went directly to, or somehow got to her child's house, and her 72-year-old son-in-law, Edward Ritschuk, the good son, who thought it was a joke, he said when he read it. Here he is reenacting the reading of his letter, being like, is this a joke?
He's that old, he's her son?
Yeah, that's her 72-year-old son-in-law, who's not happy that he had to read this letter. And he's like, I'll reenact it. This is what I was thinking when I read the letter. She can't even wipe her own ass,
He's at the top end of. They should have an age restriction on jurors now,
right.
Obviously, based
they
on
do.
this.
Most exemptions are 65 or older, depending on the state and country. 70 and older for sure. So he could just say I'm 72 and get away with it. But you have to respond. If you don't respond, they arrest you in Canada.
This is the stupidest thing. Yeah, see, this is why America, they've figured it out. We're all just skipping out.
Move on to the next person.
So they just put you on the didn't respond list and move on. Yeah,
move on to the next person. Edward, the son-in-law, then obviously threw a conniption and called the number on the letter, but that just took him to an automated get fucked message. And then so he took to the newspapers to say, look at what these assholes are doing. This is insane. And now the family has had to hire a lawyer because it's still not resolved somehow. Even after it's gone through the papers and stuff, the case is still open. They haven't said, okay, we're not going to charge you. The threat is still there for January 31st.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, yeah. When asked for comment, the Quebec district attorney said, but you see, we all must do our duty. We. you know, because we are Quebec. A spokesperson for the MAID program in Canada said, Wes, we have a solution.
Exactly. Yeah.
They'll just kill her. They're just going to kill her, or probably since she couldn't physically appear in court, they're like, can't make it to court. We know where you are now. We're going to come kill you.
How many trials by jury do you think Canada has? I mean, it must be like a tenth of what we have here.
0.
Yeah.
Wait,
not enough for this
one.
Not enough for this whole
one.
damn thing.
Right.
Well, maybe they have trials now for people that didn't appear for jury.
It sounds
duty.
like
Maybe.
right. It sounds like
Snowball
she
effect.
deserves a trial by jury.
Yeah.
Jury, not like I mean like they. But this is
shooting themselves in the foot over there.
the government in Canada. They're aggressive. This is some aggressive shit. First, they were killing people out of the blue.
Still
They're
killing
like, hey,
people.
we're just going to give you suicide booths and then encourage you to use them. And then now they're going after 99-year-olds with vindictive intent. What's up with them?
We do have some commentary from a Canadian in our live chat, Dooley. Congratulations on the new house, Dooley. And he says, imagine that, a lazy Frenchman.
Wow. Not from Quebec. So Dooley is not a Quebecois,
No.
I don't think.
Obviously,
So,
they're the outcasts of Canada.
yeah. So Dooley's over there in the land where they all reply to the jury duty summons.
Dooley gets on his jet ski and goes 15 miles to the local court, and he's like, I'm here again for jury duty again.
He takes his snowmobile to his tiny plane, flies it into the regional airport, and then drives 200 miles to jury duty every morning.
But the stupid part about that is like, it should be a conflict of interest because all the jurors know the person on trial because there's only 17 people there. But
Right.
I imagine that's what most trial by juries are. It's just like a snowmobile heist.
yeah, over there.
That or wrongfully getting murdered by the government's program.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
there you go.
families,
She didn't respond because she can't move her limbs, and they're coming after her. Please
Also, though,
feed me.
Pat was talking about all the exploding houses too. So
I know some stuff's going out. Keep your eye on Canada.
some different stuff happening in Canada.
How long? I wonder how long ago her son just abandoned her in Canada to be fed by nurses.
Oh my God, he couldn't wait to get to Florida.
Well, that's one of the best.
Here's
parts.
my fake email address.
Now, as much as we bust Canada's balls,
Florida guy, 23.
right? Being a socialist up there, and then your parent getting too old to remember anything. That's going to be advantage to the socialists because then they can just dip out and they can go to Florida and pretend like socialist Canada doesn't even exist with their mom inside it.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a big
clearly what
win.
he's doing.
this story just exposed Canada's juror system and that lady's son. by her son-in-law. The son-in-law just nailed everybody. Her his dipshit brother-in-law, and the dipshit jury system in Canada.
Finally got him back for abandoning the family all those years ago.
Yeah, it came back to get him in this fucked up juror system.
Maybe you want to help with your mom a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's gonna die in jail now, Craig. Yeah.
I'm going to put your real name in the paper next week, Craig.
Yeah.
Answer the fucking emails.
That's awesome. All right, guys. There might be a food shortage coming, even here in the U.S. Pretty scary. Experts wrote recently, drought, inflation, and even new policies are pushing America's food supply near its breaking point. I mean, we've all seen it. The cost of goods is going up. Eggs. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The food chart came out and said, Lucky Charms is more healthy than beef because maybe beef's going
They're
up.
trying to throw you off.
Yeah.
Shortage.
They're going to say grain is more healthier than everything.
crickets.
Yeah, They're just going
Corn
to give us
syrup,
feed bags.
Yeah.
That's why survival food is more important than ever. When the feed bags come out, you don't want to eat the feed bags. You want to eat real food. Create your own stockpile of the best-selling 4 Patriots survival food kits. It's not ordinary food. We're talking good for 25 years super survival food. Handpicked right in a family-owned facility in the USA and giving jobs to over 200 Americans. So there you go. The kits are compact, sturdy, water-resistant, and stack easily. So, if you got a bunker, put some shelves, maybe a basement, maybe just a closet, like a survival closet. You can stack those bastards. They have different delicious breakfast, lunch, dinners, and you can make these meals in less than 20 minutes. Just add boiling water, simmer, and serve. And right now, you can go to 4patriots.com, use code HARDFACTOR to get 10% off your first purchase on anything in the store, including this 3-month survival kit. You'll get their famous guarantee for an entire year after your order, plus free shipping on orders over $97. They're called 4 Patriots because a portion of every sale is donated to charities who support our veterans and their families. Just go to 4patriots.com, use code HARDFACTOR to get 10% off. That's 4patriots.com, use code HARDFACTOR. Start building your stockpile today. And I heard Pat's input yesterday. I mean, he's right. Who are you going to call? Who's going to have all the women in their bunker? The guy with no food or the guy with food?
The guy with the survival kit.
4 Patriots guy is getting laid in the apocalypse.
It's like having the 2 rocks in the African village.
That's exactly right.
You're 2 rocking everybody. The whole street's getting 2 rocks.
Yeah, 2 rocks.
That's exactly right, Mark.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Shout out to a good friend of the program. Good friend of mine since I was like 2 years old that you're all friends with. Just got stationed to Italy for 2 years in the army.
Ooh, that's
Army
awesome.
captain. Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
nice.
good. Near Venice. Not bad.
That's
He finally.
the cap.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Venice is
He was
great.
getting like Georgia. And,
Georgia, South Carolina, Kansas. I think he had Kansas. San Antonio.
That's a big upgrade, right?
Yeah, he finally got his sweet spot, Venice.
There we
nice.
go. Also,
Congrats.
Dooley could not be stopped. He said his wife was 9.5 months pregnant, and he still responded to the
That's
jury
the
duty
Canadian
call.
way. That's the non-French Canadian
Right.
way of
Not the
jury
best.
duty. Yeah.
But
What,
Je
so-
suis
so
désolé.
Dooley escaped his 9.5-month pregnant
Quebecois.
wife.
No, she escaped him.
Yeah. Somebody escaped someone in that.
Yeah, so
All right, guys. We've covered it on the show over and over, but I got a big announcement in our fight against the whales here at Hard Factor. Well, Mark and I's fight against these savage fuckers. Our best allies in this fight have just
had to roll my sleeve up real quick.
He's got a fucking whale tattoo. Damn it. That's unfortunate for us.
We are within the enemy here. Our best allies in this fight have just made a chess move against the whales. I'm of course talking about those crazy fuckers, the Japanese, or as I like to call them, Kresana Kujiakira, which means little whale killer in Japanese.
Great nickname for this.
That's like a badge of honor.
Yeah, little whale
Or
killer.
the Norwegians, the large whale killers.
Yes, definitely.
Like
the tall whale
that's
killers.
how you,
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're like troll, like different troll sizes, trolls from the north, trolls from the south.
Right.
And as we know, the Japanese are the best of the best when it comes to making our seas safe by killing these monsters. But the Japanese are also honorable people and don't like to waste, which is why Kyoto Senpaku Company, it's a Tokyo-based major whaling company, will open 4 unmanned vending machine stores selling whale meat and processed whale meat products in Tokyo and other locations by mid-February.
That's a message.
Yeah, that's a
man.
message.
That's a message.
That's disgusting, though. Who the
whale,
fuck is eating
whale for a vending machine. Still better
vending
than
machine
still
whale?
better than Subway tuna.
Yeah, way better. I mean, it's
I'd rather
frozen.
this than Subway. Yeah.
It's packed.
I
It's
don't know.
airtight. They sell it in cans. They sell all kinds of different cuts. And as you'll hear, Japanese people are loving it.
This is tough for you lime guys, because there's nothing that's going to need a little lemon like some fucking whale from a vending machine.
We'll make an exception.
Yeah. I mean, that thing's going to be raw. When
A lot of salt.
A
Yeah,
lot of
just
salt.
a lot of salt.
A lot of lemon.
And they're doing
Tastes like
this.
shit.
Yeah, they're doing this seemingly as a little anniversary fuck you to the rest of the pussies of the world who are against the slaughtering of whales. You see, this year will mark the 5 years since Japan withdrew from the International Whaling Commission, and
They love the whale in Japan.
the concerned entities aim to increase the uptake of whale-related foods as the first step in protecting the nation's whaling culture. I mean, how much more of a fuck you can you give to the bleeding hearts out there trying to save these creatures than putting their diced up bodies in vending machines?
Well, what's tough?
That's pretty fucked up. Cubed. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's tough
A1,
for
please.
these guys, though. I've been thinking about this a lot.
It's all whale. They're all A2, B3. They're all whale. Every one of them.
It's amazing.
What kind of whales are we talking here, Wes? Because
Dead ones.
well, I
They
get
look
that,
like
but
these
it's-
kind of ones, baleen.
That's like a sperm whale or something.
Yeah,
Humpback whale.
they're like smaller size baleen whales. There's a name for them, I think, but they're very plentiful. And they produce great meat and oils.
So Wes, I
boners.
I think that these like docile type whales, like the cows of the sea, going on. The Japanese are playing with fire a little bit, because what I've been thinking about is this: how are you going to defeat the robots? Because as we've all decided, or we know that there's a robot versus human war coming at some point, right? Like once the AI gets really good. So how are you going to defeat the robots who are electrical in nature without going into the sea and having the orcas, at least the orcas, the apex of the sea on your side? You can't do it. So you have to have at least the orcas to defeat the robots.
Here's where I'm with Will in the end game. The chess move is probably you have to team up with the whales. Short term, the whales are our enemy, but the bigger enemy is, like I've used this tip before. When AI can become sentient and they see what we're doing by slaughtering whales and putting them in vending machines, they're not going to care about fucking with us. They're gonna be like, you treated everyone below you like shit. You slaughtered
The orcas
them.
are just
you put
like
them in
us.
vending machines. We're above
Mark.
you, so we're gonna slaughter. So
The orcas are just like us.
Chess
They eat
move,
these whales too. They eat
chess
these
move.
whales
We're gonna
too.
need some help, and we're
Right.
gonna have to stop treating animals like shit. Otherwise, there's gonna be an excuse for the AI to be like, you treated everyone else like shit below you.
And
We're
good luck
above you.
training
We're-
a
yeah.
shark.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Train the sharks? No, you can't do that. It's
No,
got to
'cause
be
they're
the
fish.
orcas.
They have
Yeah.
fish brains. We need the mammal
Exactly.
brain. We need the mammal brain. Yeah, but short term, they're our enemies. They
I don't
started
know about that.
They started it. Look,
I think the Japanese-
they need to extend the olive branch to
They
us.
got to be careful here. They got to be careful here. But
Has anyone failed harder at anything than the Sea Shepherd has failed at trying to save whales from the Japanese after this.
What
How
a
can you
futile
stop-
point. That's
I
like
don't
that's like Maya Rudolph trying to do a campaign after the
Yeah.
M&M things.
How are they
Exactly,
looking at
Mark.
themselves in the mirror after this? They've failed so hard at saving these things.
Wes, it's a
What
nation.
are they gonna go? They're gonna go stand next to the vending machines now? They might as well
yeah,
get
yeah.
off the seas.
Yeah, I mean, what epic failure.
It is a nation of 7,000 islands of all people who love whale meat so much they put it into fucking vending machines.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's difficult to stop them from whaling when they live on
is.
7,000
When
individual
they're on
islands.
one. I think this needs to be the poll. I don't know if we have enough time today to get it up for the show, but Tyler says, which I also commented on, it's only slightly worse than the subway machines. I
Right,
think
which
that
one's worse?
should be
Which
the
one's
poll for
worse?
at least the show on Spotify. If you vote on Spotify, maybe Instagram. Eric probably might put one up now. We'll get a quick result, but that's a good poll.
Yeah.
What's more disgusting? Subway,
I would say
vending
whale
machine, or
meat.
whale?
I would say whale meat out of a vending machine is worse because like that's probably expensive too. Like
Nah.
I don't know.
like the
It's
sub is like
packaged
$5.
nice. Listen, the vending machines over in
the
Japan
sub
are
is
not
not
like they are
$5
here.
anymore. Sub's like
Oh,
12
$10 buck sub versus what? How much is one of these
15
whale
buck,
patties?
15 bucks.
20 bucks.
They're like the prices range between like $8 to like $20 for what they're selling. They're selling
As a-
tins. Okay, so
It's comparable. It's comparable.
I appreciate a good butcher, right? Like I love going to Costco and looking in the back, seeing them cutting it up nice. I think once you're buying your cuts of meat from a vending machine, you've gone you've lowered your quality of life so far that
No, but Will,
it's
here's
worse
the thing.
than a sandwich.
These motherfuckers have no time to do anything. That's why vending machines
Yeah,
in
they
Japan
They
are
work
like
19, 22 hours
they
a
have
day.
mastered the vending machine in Japan.
Yeah.
So like a guy's coming home and be like, hey
Well,
honey,
they have-
I'm gonna
well,
pick
they
up a
have-
whale
they have
steak at the
people
station
pushers-
before I
they have
jump on the
people
bullet
pushers
train.
into the subway where everyone's
Yeah.
I don't know.
They need vending machines. You
So
know.
you're doing like all your shopping from vending machines. That's just
Oh yeah,
a weird way
people
of
eat
life.
like ramen cooking vending machines. It's on the go.
You're really
culture.
turning me on the Japanese. I thought you were supposed to be making them out to be like,
They're
this is
busy
like an
folk.
attractive
They're a
lifestyle. It
busy
sounds
folk.
horrible. Yeah.
No, it's they're
tough life.
they're very busy people, and
They're busy
you know,
folk.
they need this. So again, they're going to be selling steaks, whale bacon, which sounds fucking
Whale steak
amazing.
and whale bacon. Jerky.
Canned, yeah, and they've been selling these for since December, and people are just lining up to buy this whale meat from these machines, and they hope
I
to
mean,
increase.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to let me pull up a picture of whale bacon. Holy
Pull it up.
shit.
Pull it up.
Pull it up. I bet it looks
Holy
great.
shit.
Pull it up.
It is not good.
I mean, you want to get in the whale vending machine business. That's where the money
Okay,
is.
here's
yeah.
whale bacon. Let's look at the images.
Yeah,
So,
please.
There we go.
Oh, it looks great.
What's
That looks disgusting, dude.
Dude, that looks like a nice piece of like the
Sushi.
Italian meat, like with the fat.
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
clear white with a bright pink
Right.
rim. It's the most disgusting.
It looks
meat
like
I've ever seen.
lardo, like a nice piece of lardo.
It's not even crispy.
No,
It's supposed
you
to be
don't-
bake
Listen, telling you.
And then
That
look
looks
at
great.
this is whale meat, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, that you don't think that looks good? What the fuck is
that
wrong?
looks
It
really
looks
good.
like a
Like purple.
delicious like venison steak or something.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. It does kind of have the same color as venison, but I don't know if it's gonna have the same.
Yeah,
flavor.
it's whale carpaccio is what you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like a piece of lardo. They
This
slice
was
it
whale
up,
bacon.
yeah, real thin.
That was whale bacon, and then people eat whale raw like this, and I've heard that
Looks
tastes
good.
like just
Oh.
trash.
That looks
No,
good.
that's
tastes just
delicacy.
like
The whale
trash.
sashimi is, ooh, yeah.
I mean, whale blubber. It's got to taste good. It has
You'd
to.
have to
it
eat it in
does.
front of me, and I'd have to watch you not vomit for me to
I would
believe
eat whale
the
in front
word
of
you're
you.
saying.
I would.
Me
I would.
too.
I would
About raw whale or whale
1,000%.
bacon.
I would 1,000 eat whale in front of you. No, I'm not going to eat whale that's shipped from Japan and 3 weeks old, but whale from a vending machine.
Yeah, so you
I
got to
would
get
eat-
it from a vending machine,
Yes.
then ship it to Texas.
That would
and
take.
then
That would be
we'll
bad.
watch it.
That would eventually go bad. Yeah.
Anyway, they're gonna try to put 100 of these things across the entire country because they want to up the whale killing. Their goal is to up the whale killing. They want to go back. Listen, after World War II, there were food shortages. They survived on it for decades because it's high in protein and iron. In fact, in 1962,
This is bad
they
news
were
for the
eating
whales.
more whale than chicken or beef. In
So
Japan,
you're
in
telling me that the
1962,
same people who concocted the kamikazes were surviving solely on whales, and this is an advertisement for it?
yeah, because
same generation.
I'll tell you what's a good advertisement for it.
Drove him crazy.
Look at the life. Look at that. Look at that life
Oh, yeah.
expectancy.
It's not because
Oh,
of whales.
goes
It's because they
up.
eat sweet potatoes. and
Actually,
shit.
it
It's
is
mostly
because look,
vegetarian.
the
bet it's
top
'cause of
four
No, it's
countries who eat whale are in the top 20. There's Iceland at number
Whoa.
10. There's Norway at number 17. There's Canada at
whale
number
is not-
16.
A steady
Oh, it is
diet
not.
of
Where are
whale
we?
meat, a whale meat
46.
moon dust, and you're gonna
The
live
whale
to
has
150
nothing to do with it.
and
They live
fuck
healthier lifestyles.
forever.
They eat less meat.
No,
in
it's
general.
because of the whale. It's because
Whale
of
and
the whale.
moon dust.
I've read studies about why the Japanese live so long, Wes. It has nothing to do with whale meat.
Yeah, because
What is
you're buying.
It
this,
has to do with mostly a vegetarian diet.
No, they eat whale meat,
Yeah,
buddy.
100%.
It's 1962. They were pounding whale meat, and it doesn't take they live longer. And look at us.
Yes, they
46.
do,
We're
because of
behind
their
Poland.
Sweet potato.
I mean,
Behind
you think
Poland?
we're behind. You think they only live to like 40, like crossing the street over there, not
Yeah,
looking
those-
both ways.
How are those idiots living longer than us?
Exactly. Poland
not whale. It's not the
and
whale.
Estonia.
Poland.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, why don't you pull up like what's Russia's expected lifespan? They eat whale too.
I don't know.
Did you pull that one up?
No. This is not. This is the top 4 whale countries.
Okay, only the
Japan,
top 4. So the whale doesn't affect
most.
you once you're not.
No,
eating
you have
the
to
top
eat. You have
4.
to eat a lot of
Right.
whale. You have to eat a lot of whale.
That data is.
No, if you
sad.
eat a little
You
whale,
can't
it's no
You
good.
can't dabble in whale. I'm with
Yeah, you
Wes.
can't dabble in whale. You got to eat a lot of it.
And I've eaten a little whale. Which one's worse? Whale vending machine.
Shocking results. Buying whale meat from a vending machine
What?
is worse than a Subway sandwich.
No way.
Oh, it's changing as we speak. 33%. Come on, vending machine. Come on, whale people.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, seriously, guys, imagine not seasoning your whale meat with lemon when you cook it. How just disgusting would that be? Could you survive that?
It'd be gamey.
Listen, none of us have any
A little
idea.
sea, be a little sea-like.
None of us have any idea what it tastes like, but there's a reason why it's so fucking popular. And Japan is one of the top culinary.
You remember the taste.
Yeah, Japan is one of the most top culinary destinations in the world, and they fucking love it. So
Yeah, but you don't see it on fucking sashimi. You don't
No.
ever see I don't ever see
yet.
a fucking
Yeah,
sashimi roll
not-
of whale.
right
Not
because
yet.
all these pussies
No.
tried to stop them from doing it, and now they
they're
finally
back.
said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, now they're back.
Always like imported salmon and shit.
Look, they've
Tuna.
The gloves are off. They don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I
the
get that
whales.
they're eating the whale and that they have a vendetta against whales, but
Yeah.
I still am not with you guys on the flavor there.
Japan's been around for a long time. They might know the actual history of the whale and human war
Yeah.
that we just assume to know.
Yeah. Anyway, so
There's more than meets the eye.
There
I know
might
that
be.
I know
I mean,
that
they're
we
putting
will
them in
not-
vending machines. There's something.
I can promise you this: we will never defeat the machines without taking them into the sea because they're electrical, and for
That's a
that
good
we're going to
point.
need the orcas.
We might
we're
need
also
to
going
move
to need
to
to eat
I
whales
can
might-
guarantee
at
it.
the sea.
we might need to move to the sea at some point.
Orcas
right?
eat whales too.
And
so
what are
they're-
we gonna
They're
eat
not
at sea?
against whaling necessarily, but you
We're gonna
got to
have
at
to eat
least
whale.
make peace with some of them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I can make peace with the orcas today. Today,
Yeah,
They'd
I
be
mean,
a powerful ally.
but not. But some of these whales need to chill out.
These sailboat crushing whales, fuck them.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's something to think about. Thank you, Japan. Your bodies may be miniature, but your ideas are 50 feet tall. And,
That's a big brain thought. That's a big.
Yeah. Let's go.
Was that a saying that like a famous person said? That was beautiful. Wes.
No, that was just me.
That was an original.
Wow.
Yeah. Your bodies may be miniature, but your ideas are 50 feet tall.
Yeah, they would totally love that. Tell them that to their face. It's beautiful.
Everyone on tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shit.
It's like, this sounds like the music of the people trying to stop the Japanese whalers. Yeah.
It does. It sounds like a whale wars.
Yeah, it's a whale wars futile soundtrack.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on the coffee tomorrow.
Yep, Mark
So-
will bring you the coffee.
That's crazy. The wheel has just been on. It's been. I don't know if people have noticed. It's been marker eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has.
Crazy. Wes has got it like once in the last.
Wes and
4
Pat have
weeks.
not gotten it much.
Yeah, I mean,
Wild.
just the odds. It'll come back to us.
Oh, I know.
with
It's
fury.
crazy when it does come
If you
back. Yeah,
spin
'cause
it a
it's-
million times,
yeah.
it'll be even.
I know it's crazy when it does come back. It's just weird when you're in the one sided. It's like,
right.
and then the wheel decides to take its decides.
It's been a real whale vending machine for Will and I the past month.
That's right.
Hey, one last great point by Lombard Trucking. He says if orcas rule the ocean and the ocean is 70% of the earth, Then they rule the Earth. Technically, we might need them as allies against the robots. So, something to think.
Yeah, I mean, it probably puts them above us.
Something to think
The
about.
sea being 70%.
How would you defeat the robots without the sea? Is my question.
I don't think we're going to defeat the robots. So
Well,
I mean,
the only
I'm
chance
willing
we
to
have
try,
is the
yeah.
sea. The
I'm willing
only
to try.
chance we have is
I'm
the
willing
sea.
to try making amends with the whales if they'll have me at that
That's
point.
what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
our like we already know we have to throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
We already know that. So the
Yeah.
Hail Mary is.
I never
teaming
thought
up.
of it like that until this show, Will, because that's a chess move. The end game is AI. So I could put aside my petty whale war eventually.
We could go back to hating each other as soon as it's done.
Right.
But us and the orcas are going to have to ride on the robots.
That's right. We'll fight like brothers. Land mammal and sea mammal fight like brothers, and then we'll fight like brothers again after the war.
We all hate the machines.
That's right. We all hate the machines.
Hey, Dooley, if you're still on the stream, listen to this. Why don't you, talk to one of your Inuit friends up there and send Mark and I a nice steak overnight.
That would be
A
fresher
nice
than
whale steak overnight.
Dooley was awfully silent during that clip because I think he eats whale.
I bet Dooley's had a piece of whale.
He's eating a whale steak.
He's
right
been
now.
offered. That's for sure.
100%. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Hey, if you sign up for Patreon at the Golden Elbow tier, you get a free sweatshirt. You sign up for a year. That's pretty awesome. And you'll help
That's
me
your first month
to
free.
never do another fucking wedding
It's
ever
2 months
again.
free. Oh yeah, a good point. We got it. That helps us big time with our lives. But you get a month free if you sign up for a year of any tier, and then you
right.
throw on the sweatshirt. That's 2 months free for the year of the Golden
right.
Elbow. 2 months free right there.
Well, now
challenge
people are
you.
joining too. It's hot right now.
Yeah.
Colin says lime goes better with whale tail, which is hard to argue. That's true. And Dooley says he'll see what he can wrangle up for you fellas.
Yeah. That means he's got to go check his freezer and see if he wants to give us any, but he has.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Dooley, how long did the hat take? How long did the hard factor hat take to get to you, Dooley? Because that's how long we can expect the whale to take. It took about a week, I think.
We'll cook it up real well. We'll do a little tasting.
We're gonna need some what's it called, dry ice in that shipment.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, thank you again for listening. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you. Have a great fucking day.